Hey, what's going on? It is yours truly, Tazz Daddy. Happy New Year to you. It's Motivational Mondays, and of course, I have to give you my first Motivational Monday of the new year. And this one is simply entitled How to Get from Nowhere to Now Here in the New Year. I hear a lot of people talking about, oh man, my life ain't going nowhere, my love life ain't going nowhere, my career ain't going nowhere. Um, a lot of this has to do with perception and your state of mind. And so often we get caught up in the wrong things. We get a negative vibe around us, we get our energy all thrown off, and we don't pay attention to what's really happening around us. Sometimes you're not nowhere, you're somewhere, you just are not the someplace or the somewhere that you want to be. And so I'm going to give you 5 very simple steps to get to now here as opposed to nowhere. Now, the funny thing about that is nowhere and now here have the same amount of letters. It's just how you look at it. I choose to be now here. Deal with the here and now, deal with the present, deal with what's going on, and then let's make moves. So here we go. First thing on our list, stop whining. A lot of people, I just can't, and I don't know, and I can't, I'm so overwhelmed. Oh my gosh. Nothing has ever come out of whining, unless you count all of Keith Sweat's records or The Dream singing, which to me sounds like anal cat rape with a spiked bat, but that's a whole nother hour show. Whining does not solve anything. It makes you feel better temporarily. It's like eating a candy bar as opposed to eating an apple. Yeah, you'll get that sugar high, but you're going to come down hard. And then you'll realize that it was for nothing and you're worse off for having even eaten it. Trust me, look at me. I understand this. I love the Snickers. You cannot get to where you're going by whining and crying and bitching and complaining and moaning and being frustrated and being over. All that stuff is wasted effort and energy. Stop whining and start winning. This is what we do, people. We have to have a winner's mindset about everything. People say, well, Taz, don't you think it's arrogant to call yourself the champ? No, because I'm the champ. And what that means is, people think that that means that I win all the time. The truth of the matter is, I don't. If you look at great champions, be they fictional or real, they've all taken an ass whipping. Muhammad Ali has taken several ass whippings. He should have got out earlier in his career, but it doesn't change the fact that he is considered the greatest. Most people don't know that Muhammad Ali has more books written about him than there are written about Jesus Christ. I'm not saying that he's better than Jesus. I'm just giving you a statistical fact. There are more books written about Muhammad Ali than Jesus Christ. And Jesus Christ was perfect, which just goes to show you that you don't have to always win to be a champion. It's about how you get up. If you look at my favorite movies, Superman and Rocky, if you look at those movies and really look at those movies, 9 times out of 10, Superman and Rocky were getting their asses whipped. Ridiculously, constantly, mercilessly. But at the end, what always happens? They come out winning. And that's what you need to do. You need to realize that you don't need an S on your chest. You just need something in here that beats hard and says, you know what? I'm going to get up. I'm going to fight. I'm going to make it happen. Whiners are not winners. They do not occupy the same space and they don't mix. Oil and water do not mix. So if you want to be a winner, stop whining. Number 2, examine yourself thoroughly. If everyone around you is saying the same thing about you, it's true. So I'm going to need you to start thinking about what it is that you're putting out there, the energy that you're exuding, the things that you're doing, the things that you aren't doing that you need to do in order to get to the next level. This is extremely important if you want to get to where you're going, if you want to achieve the now here as opposed to the nowhere. See, everything I always talk about aside from thoughts are actions. And you need more action right now. I'm telling you this, right here, you need more action in your life, okay? Once you examine yourself thoroughly, I want you to make a list, okay? On one side of the list, I want you to put the positives. On the other side of the list, I want you to put the negatives. What we're going to do is we're going to accentuate the positives and we're going to eliminate the negatives. All right? And then once you do that, you'll find out slowly but surely who you really are and what it is you're capable of doing. That takes a lot of guts. It takes a lot of balls to really examine yourself and say, I'm a flawed individual. I'm not perfect, but I can make it happen. I can change where I am right now, and I can get to the now here. Don't be a nowhere kind of person. Number three, after you've accentuated the positives and eliminated the negatives, and this does not happen overnight, people, this is a process. It takes time, so you must process everything. Once you accentuate the positive and you eliminate the negative, you need to make a plan. So many people say, and you've heard this, everybody knows somebody like this. Man, I'm gonna make beats, man. I'm gonna be the next Timberland. I'm gonna be like Diddy. I'm gonna be all up in the video. Yeah, yeah. Uh, uh, take that, take that, take that. No. You must make a plan. And that plan needs to be detailed. When you look at some of the most successful people in history, they made a plan. During a recession, a nerd dropped out of school, went to his garage, and started tinkering with a computer. Today, that nerd's name is Bill Gates, and he's retired with so much money, he gives it away for a living. His job right now is giving away money. But he had a plan and he had a timeline and he knew what he was doing on his way to building the Microsoft empire. This is what I'm talking about, a plan and a timeline. Okay, in January, I'm going to do A. In February, I'm going to do B, and so on down the list until such time as the thing begins to push and move in such a direction that you see the end result. And that's what you need, a plan that includes a timeline. It's extremely important. A timeline without a plan is useless. A plan without a timeline is useless. You can have a great car that's tuned up, but with no tires, you got nothing. Absolutely nothing. Okay? You can have great tires and no battery in your car, you ain't going anywhere. So you need a plan and a timeline. Plan and a timeline. Because this is a process, people. See the vision. Look at it clearly. Number four, I cannot stress this enough. Three simple words that make all the difference. Put yourself on. Jay-Z said, if you really put me on, put yourself on then. And the truth of the matter is, if you have what it takes, you can do it. You can't wait for somebody else. I swear, a lot of the people that I see on a regular basis are always waiting for this magical hookup to just fall out of the sky and rain down on them with all kinds of blessings and wonderment. And sadly, they're in the same exact place. And they have this conversation every 1st of January. They always say, insert name of year here. It's going to be my year. This is my year. I'm going to take over. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do this. And then every December, I see these people and I say, so what happened? Well, man, we in a recession and the economy is bad and Barack Obama and, the Fry Guys and Ronald McDonald and you know how I go. No, no, I don't. I am too busy putting myself on. I am too busy becoming the empire that is Tazz Daddy. So you're either on a mission or you're a spectator, you're a customer. And I'm sorry, I don't not really a big fan of being a customer. I want to be on. I want to do what I got to do to put myself on, and I'm going to get there. I recently put on Facebook. Last year, I told you everything that I was going to do, and then I did it. Watch me in 2011. And so now I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. This year, I'm going to be in syndication. I'm going to be doing the book tour, and I am going to drop a tremendous amount of weight. Okay, this is January 3rd, 2011, so we'll see where I am January 3rd, 2012. Okay, um, getting back on this putting yourself on thing, there's a guy I know who I recently had to cuss out. Not something that I'm proud of, but it happens, and I'll tell you why I cussed this dude out. This dude is the kind of person who is not only a fair weather friend, he's a user. He's the kind of person who only comes around when he thinks that you're useful and he wants to use you in order to impress other people that he plans on using, as opposed to doing something. And that's exactly why he sells used cars for a living, because he is as slimy and as disgusting a human being as you picture stereotypical used car salesman to be. He's always got a scam, a hustle, a get rich quick scheme, and it drives me absolutely nuts. And so I told him, I said, listen, dude, I don't care. Get a life, do something with yourself. You're pathetic and you're ridiculous. And I wasn't trying to be mean, but sometimes you gotta let people know, man. This old hook me up, I just wanna be around when times are good stuff, that's negative energy and you don't need it. So you need to nip that in the bud and eliminate those people for your life, from your life. And I'm the kind of person who has no problem walking away from anybody in 15 minutes. That's just what it is. I do not have time to have people saddled to my back who are not participating in helping me get to my now here. You understand that? It's extremely important that you let folks know I'm not having it. And I let this build up and build up and build up and build up till I got to my boiling point. And I let him have it. I'm shrugging on these folks in 2011. I'm making no excuses, no apologies. It's just what it is right now. Number five, change clothes. Here's what I mean. There's an old adage that says you should dress for the job you want, not the job you've got. And while that doesn't necessarily apply to me because I primarily work for myself and I work in radio, so it really doesn't matter how I dress, but I'm never sloppy and I'm always well groomed. And that's the difference. You see a lot of people who are in entertainment or doing whatever, and they look like, death warmed over. They look like a warm bucket of hamster piss, and that's not how you want to look when you're trying to make things happen. So you want to make sure that you look better, that you're dressed professionally, that you're dressed for what it is that you're trying to go to, because it'll do three things. Number one, it'll change people's perception of you. Number two, it'll change the perception of yourself. And number three, it will help you understand that you can be more than what you've been. So let the t-shirts and the thermals go for a minute, and get a little suited and booted. Ladies, shave your legs. You're not Monique. Shave your legs, groom yourselves, make yourselves look presentable, and you'll feel better. You'll vibe better. You'll walk taller. Your shoulders will throw back, and you will begin to understand that you are on your way to your now here. Thank you for everybody who rode with me through 2010. 2011 is going to be a great year. Shout out to thisisthedream.com. Shout out to MissGia.com. Shout out to freezeworld.com. Shout out to DJ Coco Chanel who hit me up. Hope you continue to enjoy the videos. Make sure you check out her website. I think it's either djcocochanel.com or cocochanel.com. I'm sorry, Coco. I love you. I just didn't remember the site off the top of my head. I want you guys to get to your now here and stop going nowhere. And for those of you who don't like it, I'm shrugging on you in 2011. Please comment, please spread the video, please rate the video, and please, I'm begging you, please subscribe. It only takes a couple of minutes and it means all the world to me. I will catch you next Motivational Monday. I hope that helped. Remember, stop whining, examining yourself, make a plan, put yourself on, and change clothes. 5 things to help you get from nowhere to now here. I love you. God bless you. Let's make it happen. I'll see you next Monday.